Hi, Mark Webb from markwebmarketing.blogspot.com here, and in this video blog post I'd like to talk about something called Google AdWords Express, which is something that has recently launched here in the UK. It's been around in the US for a little while now. It's spreading across the globe, and it's Google's way of getting local businesses onto Google AdWords more easily. I want to look at what this means to the SEO consultant. Is this something we should be concerned about, or is there a way that we can use this? Google AdWords Express is Google's way of targeting a very large chunk of the market, the newbie business owner to online marketing, who don't currently outsource to an SEO consultant but are interested in online marketing enough to give it a try. The way that Google are looking at this is, people are either going into the kind of full-scale Google AdWords and they're losing their shirt by spending far too much money and not really knowing what they're doing, or they're having to pay to come to SEO consultants, which as an SEO consultant, as you guys know, is a good thing. However, some businesses don't think like that. They'll think of it as too much money to spend. So Google is very intelligently targeting that middle part of the market. Is this bad news for offline SEO consultants? I think yes and no, but I'm going to explain more as we read a bit further into this presentation. To give you an example, this is a digital SLR camera. It's designed for professionals. It doesn't have an auto function, so you can't go out and buy this and just flick the sort of switch that says take great photos for me. Yes, you can take photos with it. However, you need to know what you're doing to take really great photos, and this costs like $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 depending on the version of this that you go out and get. This, on the other hand, is what's known as a micro system camera. It costs about $300 or $400. It's designed for amateurs and it has an auto function. So with this, although it has a lot of the features of the previous camera that we just looked at, it is essentially a diluted version of that much bigger model. You can switch this to auto and you can let the camera decide how to take photos. So it helps amateurs to take pictures that are like what the pros would take. But that's the really important word here, that they're like the pictures that the pros would take. If you were hiring a photographer for a wedding, you would want them to turn up using the digital SLR, yeah? Because you wouldn't want somebody to turn up using the micro system, because they're just not going to get the kind of results that you would get from a professional who really knows how to use the full-on digital SLR camera. The results are going to be very, very, very different. Just because something has been made easier, it doesn't mean that people can get the same results as a professional. And to kind of bring the analogy together, you're the professional in this market, you're the professional SEO person, and you can achieve far more with your skill set than Google can allow a novice business owner to achieve just by giving them a diluted version of Google AdWords. What I suggest we do is you embrace this as a good thing. Google is actually helping you out. They're making more business owners aware of AdWords, aware of what they are, and aware of how they can work for them as a business. So realign your marketing campaigns to take advantage of this change of working. If a prospect tells you that they're already using AdWords Express, then you can explain to them that that's great, but you can actually make their campaigns even better. That person is actually arguably a perfect client for you, because they already know that AdWords is powerful stuff, and if they're doing well, you could offer to outsource it for them at a reasonable cost. But if they're struggling, which is probably more likely to be the case, you can offer to help them to see improved results by working with you. Why should a business owner switch to you? Ask them which keywords are working for them, and they will not be able to tell you. Ask them which ads are working for them, and they won't be able to tell you. Ask them which landing pages are working for them, and they won't be able to tell you, because this level of analysis cannot be done with AdWords Express. They're almost certainly paying more than they would with a dedicated pay-per-click expert, because the way that Google AdWords works is it takes the thinking process away from the business owner, and it allows Google's algorithm to do all the thinking behind the scenes. So much as I think this is a good thing, I really refuse to believe that Google AdWords Express is smarter than a good pay-per-click expert and will be able to find better targeted keywords, landing pages, or specific ads. It just doesn't work like that. Embrace AdWords Express as a way of spreading the word, but you will have to change your tactics to ensure that you make the most of the additional interest. And that's personally the way that I think we should be looking at Google AdWords Express.